Hey Craftaholics, I'm Peggy, and Merry Craftmas in July. As promised, this is our first stocking stuffer, and yes, I know it should have been on Saturday, but since it was the 4th of July and a whole holiday weekend, it just got way late to today, but we'll get back on track. Anyway, as I promised, it's a triple threat. Do you guys remember in my video where I got my flat mail swap? She had made me that really pretty, like, shabby pocket filled with all kinds of goodies. Well, that's what this is. At least my take on it. But what makes it a triple threat is we also have a clip that you can put on your pocket or in a journal. And there's also a pen holder. These two pieces are origami, and don't freak out because I did at first. But this one is super, super simple. And the dress, I'm going to make it as simple as I can for you because it's really not that, it seems like it's hard, but it's really not that hard. And of course the pockets are simple. But what I want you to do right now is to go get a pad and a pencil because you will need to take some notes. So pause the video and I will wait for you. I cannot whistle for nothing. Okay, glad you guys are back. All right, we're going to, just for now, we're going to put these aside. And we're going to be working on our pocket. But first, I want to show you what papers I'll be using. These Manby sheets, I got this at Tuesday morning. And I actually bought 2 of them because I really, really like it. Some of the papers in here, they're just pretty. Okay, I don't know why I said pretty 3 times, but I'm using this for the pocket folders and for the pen holder. Now, to do the dress, because it's a lot more detailed, you need a thinner paper. I don't have origami paper, but if you do, or if you want to buy some, that's fine, because that's the weight that you need. But these pads you can get at Walmart are like, they're just the paper. They're perfect. It's a little thick kind of paper, but not real thick, but very, very pliable. So that is the kind that you will need to make the dress. And I think these are like $5 a pad. It's not it's not expensive, like, at all. Okay. And I've also written, and I will have this also down below in the description, but I have written down all of the sizes of everything and the score lines. So if you want to pause the video and take a screenshot of that, this is a good time for it. Sorry guys, let me get a drink while you're looking at that. Okay. Like I said, it's really, really simple. And what we need for our pockets is the first piece, the base, is 9 inches wide and 7.5 inches high. Okay, and this piece, if I can find, there we go. See if I can find my pencil bone folder. This piece is scored at 4 1/4 and 8 1/2, which this gives us a 1/2 inch flap so we can connect the 2 pieces. Then we're going to take it and we're going to turn it 1 turn counterclockwise. And you are going to score, oop, my whole thing moved, at the bottom at a 1/2 inch. Okay. You know what? Let's get all of our pieces prepped so I can get this out of the way. The next piece is our large pocket, which is 5 1/4 wide by 4 1/2 high. And you are just going to score at a 1/2 inch on 3 of the sides. So the 2 short sides and 1 of the long sides. And of course that is just to make our pocket. And that was not straight. There we go. No big deal. Okay. And our small pocket, which is 5 1/4 wide by 2 3/4 high. And again, we are going to score a 1/2 inch on 3 sides. One of the big differences between the one I received as a gift and the one I make in here is they left 1 inch flaps on everything. And I think a 1/2 inch is good, but it's whatever you prefer. Okay, let me put this aside for right now. Okay, we are going to start with, pieces are fine, with the large base piece. Now, where our score lines are, now we scored on, you always score with your outside up. I know we've gone over this before, and I know I probably do it every time I'm scoring something, and I do apologize, but I just want you guys to remember that when you score in, you're starting to train your paper to bend this way. So that's why we do that with our score lines when we score. But let's fold and burnish olive. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. It's like we just had an earthquake. No. Sorry. It's my elbow is right next to the thing that's holding my camera. Well, actually my phone. But my phone takes pretty darn good videos and pictures. I highly recommend it. It is a Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. I only got it because we got a really good deal on it. But the camera on this thing is phenomenal. Anyway, let's get back to the project. Sorry, guys. So now what we're going to do, we don't need all of this. One of them is going to be a flap just to close the bottom. So what we're going to do, let me get there's my glasses, get my eyes on. Okay, what we're going to do is, let me see, sorry guys. Down in the corner there's a little tiny square. We're going to cut in on this side right up to the top of the score line. And on this side we're going to also cut in right there, cut that one out. And while we're on this side, I'm going to take just a little triangle from the corner there, just to get rid of that bulk and make it look a little neater. Now, this is the flap I'm going to use to close the bottom. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of the corner in right over that score line. And then this piece, I'm going to cut off. Let's see if I can get this up high enough to show you. I'm going to cut it off right over the score line. So I'm going to take the score line with the piece of paper, because we don't need it sitting there. And it kind of takes up a little bit of room on the bottom, and it doesn't look as neat as if you remove it and have a nice, flat bottom. Okay, so there's those pieces. So now, your piece, I'm just upside down since it's patterned. I'm just going to show you so you can see it. This is how your piece should look right now. Okay? And we're actually almost done. Now, I'm going to use glue on mine. You can use tape if you'd like, but I'm going to use glue. We're going to fold this side over again. Let me get my scissors. That's when, if you don't have a flat bone folder, you can always use scissors or anything with a good hard edge to it. Okay. We're going to fold this one in. This is going to go over it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little dot of glue. I hope you guys can see me. Right here in the corner. And if this is too high to record, let me know, because I'm still trying to figure out a setup in here. And I know the lighting is, but I'm working on all of it. So, but let me know if it's too far away for you guys. Okay. Now that these are set, I'm just going to take my glue and I'm going to go just right around it. Just like that. And with reptile glue or with art glitter glue, that's about all you need. You don't need to load it up with glue, because they're really, really strong holding glues. And we are just going to fold it over and make sure it's sealed. And there is your main pocket. Okay, let's put that one aside. Now we have our big pocket for the front, which is the one that we scored 1/2 inch on all the sides. So again, since it's patterned, it's easier to look at it from the back. We are going to, again, come in and do little cuts on the corners, just to take some of that bulk out there. And up top to make it look a little bit neater. I just moved my trash can this morning, and I moved it way too far away from my table here. Anyway, we are going to now fold and burnish all of these score lines. If you hear barking or grumbling, it's Frankie. He thinks he hears things, and without being able to see it really good now, he's really overprotective. Okay, and again, I'm going to put just a little dot to kind of hold that down. And if you're using tape, you would just release it a little bit from here and lay it down. I'm just using glue because it's a little bit quicker. Okay, and the same as I did with this, I'm just going to glue around all the sides. Oops. And my tabletop. Frankie, sorry guys. Okay, now this one, I'm just going to line it up on the bottom. Okay. And push it down. If you get a little glue on here, I mean, you can either remove it or it doesn't really matter because there's going to be another pocket in front of it. Okay, and now for our small pocket. Now this one's a little bit tricky. We're going to, again, remove corners here and here. Now with this one, before I cut up here, I'm going to fold and burnish my score lines. Frankie, sorry, again. Francis. Okay. Just gonna make sure that it's white. Okay. Now this one we're going to cut down. So you can either use a paper trimmer or I'm just going to use my scissors. And I think I'm actually going to use these because they're longer and it's easier to see. But you're just going to angle down. You can either mark the side where you want to go or just snip. Guys, I'm sorry I keep hitting the camera. I do not mean to. Okay, and now I'm going to go and just trim a little bit off. Frankie! My goodness. I'm just going to shove those aside. Okay. And once again, I'm just going to glue a little bit just to seal those shut on each side. Okay. And again, I'm just going to put some glue. And again, like I said, you can use tape if you'd like. It's whatever you prefer. Frankie, hey. And this one you just align at the bottom again. And there you go. That is your triple pocket, which is pretty simple. And then you can decorate it however you would like. The only other thing that I just forgot, what she had done was in the middle here, she made a snip. Okay, make a cut. It's probably about 1.5 inches that I cut down. And I have a quilling tool, but I cannot find it. Oh, there it is. Okay. If you don't have a quilling tool, it's okay. You can take just something like a wooden dowel or something that's round, a pen, like a thinner pen. But if you have a quilling tool, you're going to attach it in, and you're just going to roll this down. Frankie! Jeez, I don't know what he's hearing out there. Okay. And sorry guys, I don't know how to use it. Like, every time I try to pause my camera, it messes it up. So it's ripping a little bit, no big deal. Okay, cut there. So my paper ripped a tad, but it's not the end of the world. Just flip that there. And what that does, it opens it up so that you can see what's on the inside. It makes it easier to get things out. So, oops, sorry. Like I say, but it opens it up so you can get things out easier. Excuse me for 1 second. Francis Assisi, enough. Enough. All right, sorry guys. Anyway, we'll put our pocket aside. And like I said, you can decorate it any way you'd like. I'm just showing you basic pieces. Okay, so Frankie. So we'll put that aside. Next thing that we're going to work on is our pen holder. And like I said, it's origami, but it's really simple. So what you're going to need for this is a 6x6 piece of cardstock. And I chose this one that says happy all over it. Okay, really simple. You're going to turn your paper over so the front is on the bottom. Okay, you're going to take the pieces, you're going to match up the corners, just going to fold it in half and make a really, oh, I can use this, a really sharp crease there. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, it's not working as well. Okay, then you open it up. So you've got the paper with a bend in it. Now from this side, you're gonna, I usually put my finger right on the score line. It helps me bend paper better. You're going to take this and you're going to fold it down to where it is almost at the score line. I'm leaving probably about 1/8 of an inch from the paper to the score line. I just keep throwing that glue around. And now at this point, I like to take it and glue. Yeah, glue that triangle down. Okay. So now your paper looks like this. Okay. Now, you're going to take this edge, fold it in, and line it up right with the edge of your triangle. So it's also going to be like 1/8 of an inch from the score line. And make a really good crease. Okay. This piece also gets glued down. This and the dress, I saw them on 2 different websites. One was on Shabby Dabby Doodah and also on G. Kerr's video channel. So I think G. Kerr is the first one that did these. So if you'd like to visit her channel, I will put a link down below for her and for Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah. I like saying that. Okay, this piece is going to fold over here. So what we're going to do first, just a little line of glue at the bottom just to seal it closed. Or tape, like a thin tape, but I prefer glue for this. I just think it works better. Okay, just to seal it. So now your paper looks like this. We're going to take this side and fold it over and give it a good burnish here. A good shamash down. There we go. Okay, we're going to open it up again. Now we're going to turn it with the top facing us. And at this corner, again, we're going to bend it down, but this time it's going to meet the line that the score line that we just made. Okay. And that gets glued down. You guessed it. Okay. Now, if you want, okay, I should have waited to glue this, but this is a good time to take it. And where are my paper clips? I believe I've lost my paper clips. Dang it. All right, let me, hold on a second, guys. I need to get a couple more. When I red one for that. And pink. Oop, that's purple. It's kind of hard to tell in the jar. Right. All of these, I just get these at Dollar Tree. Like both sizes and all the colors that they have. That works. Okay. You get like a gazillion for $1. Well, that's more than one package. Anyway, let's get back to this. Okay. So we're going to take this, and we also need, and I forgot this part. Guys, I'm sorry. I don't usually forget to get stuff. Excuse the reach. I don't forget to get stuff ready, but, you know. Anywho, we're going to take a piece of cardstock and just cut it the width of our piece. Let's fold that over. Okay. Now what we're gonna, let me get that little bit more trimmed. What we're gonna do with this is, this is gonna be, sorry about that, guys, that's just freaky. You're gonna take your paper clip and you're gonna clip it on to the card, okay? And I like to leave the little part out. It's just easier. So on this side, well, actually, let's do it this way. Okay, so you attach, I'm sorry. You guys are losing faith in me, I can tell. Okay, we're gonna clip the paper clip on. And I am gonna use Fabri-Tac for this, just because it's a little bit bulkier to hold on. And I am just going to, since I already closed that, I'm gonna glue all on this piece of card here. And then you just put it in and line it up with the top. It's just to hide the paper clip so you don't see it in there. And press that down. That's the problem with Fabri-Tac. It likes to move around. Gives you that wiggle room that sometimes is in the way. Okay. I'm gonna push that down really, really well. I guess for this you could probably use hot glue. Although it would more than likely, it would warp your paper. That's why I like Fabri-Tac. It doesn't warp when you use it. Okay, so we've got that down. Okay. Now we're going to take our glue again, and we're just going to glue along this outer edge and the bottom. And we're going to glue that closed. And there is your pen holder. Now I'm going to do another one, just so you guys can see. And I will do it properly. Let me get another paper clip. I will do it the proper way. Guys, really, I know what I'm doing. Just, for some reason, when I'm recording, I forget everything. I don't know why. But, I mean, it seems like I'm getting better at it, at recording. And then I have a fallback like this. Okay. Let's take another piece that is 6 by 6. And again, we're taking what we want to be on our outside, folding it under. Okay. We fold our piece over in half to get a really, really good, strong score line. You can also turn it over and burnish on both sides. Okay. Now we're going to open it, and we are going to put our finger here, right at the, like I said, for me it's easier without scoring the actual line first. I put my finger right where the score line is. I'm going to take this corner and bend it down and leave it about 1/8 of an inch from the score line. You don't want it at the score line, just right, just a little bit before it. And now for ease, we are going to glue this piece down. We're gluing basically this whole side down, just so the pen doesn't have anything to get kind of stuck on. So it'll just slide in. Okay, now once that is down, we're going to take this edge and we're going to bend this over and line it up with our triangle edge. So this will be about 1/8 of an inch, again, from the score line, but it's even with this line. Okay, and burnish that really well. And again, we're going to open this up and glue it down. Okay, let's put that over, just make sure it's down really, really well. Okay. And this is going to fold this way. But now before we do all of this, well, actually, let's also take this and fold it over. I just want to get my score lines in there, so we can do the, okay. Now in the middle section, we're going to take a piece of cardstock, and this should be kind of a thick piece of cardstock, and I cannot cut straight to save my life. All right, we just need a piece, or you can actually, even take a scrap of whatever you're using. Frankie. If you hear snoring, it'll be him. He's kind of dozing off now in the studio. Okay. And we're just going to take a piece of cardstock. Like I said, it could be matching. It can be a contrasting color, whatever. The whole point of it is to hide the paper clip. So now we're going to take our paper clip, and I like to put the shorter side outside. Like that. Make sure it's centered really well. Now we're going to take Fabri-Tac because it just holds better. I guess you could probably use Beacon's 3-in-1 as well. I've never used it, but I see a lot of people use it, and it seems to work just as well. And I am going to I'm also going to put some over the paper clip. Now we're just going to line this up with the top. Push that down just to seal that clip in place. And like I said, this is just to cover it. And I'm just getting glue everywhere. Easy enough to fix. Okay. Now, take that back up to the top. We're going to let me close that up. And take our glue. And we're going to put a line of glue along the bottom of the right-hand piece. We're going to fold that over and make sure. I'm just getting glue everywhere. It's all right. It's one of those days. What can I say? We're going to glue we're going to seal the bottom shut. Okay. Now this piece, we are going, since we put the piece in the middle, we're going to reburnish. There we go, our score line. Now, up here in the corner, we're going to once again put our finger on the score line. This is going, and this is easy because the pieces, they're covering up the paper clip. But you're going to take that right up to the score line this time. And take our glue out. I'm going to glue this little flap down. Again, we're taking all these gluing measures so the pen has nothing to get stuck on. Then we take our glue down both outer edges, fold it over, and seal it shut. There we go. And again, it's not dry all the way, but there you go. If you want, I can make a third one. I think that's, let's do another one. Maybe I won't sound like a bumbling idiot when I'm doing this one. Okay. I'm not going to put the clip on this one, though. Again, we take our 6x6 piece, fold it in half, and get a good middle crease on it. Burnish that well. Open up, put your finger on your score line. We're actually about 1/8 of an inch over. And that is where you're going to fold this piece to. Not on the score line, it's about 1/8 of an inch from it. Okay. And then we're going to glue this down. Okay. Again, that's just to keep this side out of the way of the pen so it has nothing to catch on. Okay. Then we're going to take this edge. Okay, it would look like this now. Take this edge, fold it in, and line it up with our triangle edge. So this is also about 1/8 of an inch from the score line. And fold that over and give it a good burnish as well. And then we're going to take our glue, and we are going to glue this flap down as well to keep it out of the way of the pen when it goes in and out. Okay. Okay, now that side's down really well. This side is going to fold in this way. So let's fold it in. What you're going to do is at the bottom, we're going to put a little bit of glue. And this will seal up our pen holder. Now it looks like this. Now we're going to take this side and fold it over what we've done. There we go. And, you know, don't worry if it doesn't come all the way over. None of mine have come all the way over yet. I don't know why. They just haven't. But we open that side up. Again, put your finger on the score line this time and fold this corner in so it touches your score line. And crease that down really well. And we're going to glue it also so it stays down. Okay, and now you're looking like this. Now we're going to take our piece and our glue, and we're going to put a bead of glue right down the bottom and the side. Glue it closed. Pinch a little bit just to open it. And there's your pen holder. Okay, like I said, this is really easy. It's just a few folds and some glue. So now comes the one. I've only made these a few times, so we'll see how we do today, huh? So this is the one you're probably going to want to take really good notes on. I'm going to make it bigger than this because it's really like tedious to try to do a small one like this. So we're going to start out for practicing with an 8x8 piece of the paper, not the cardstock, but the paper that you can get, like I said, at Walmart. Okay, turn it over. Now any size square you can make this. It just has to be a perfect square. Okay. Again, with the part we want out facing down, we're going to fold the paper in half and give it a good. I like to burnish it well. Some people just use their finger. I like to burnish it. It works better for me. We're going to open it up. Now we're going to take the left edge, bring that into the middle. Okay, crease that really well. Then we're going to take our right side and also bring it in to the middle. Sorry guys, I hope you can see what I'm doing here. Make sure, I like to make sure they butt up against each other there. Not overlay, but just bump up against. Okay. So now your paper looks like this. Okay, you've got this opening. We're going to take this and we're going to turn it over so that our outside is facing up again. Now you can kind of reaffirm that little score line there. So now we've got like a mountain, mountain, mountain. Okay, what we're going to do, and this part, it's a little tricky. It takes a little bit of practice. But we're going to take this score line, this mountain, and we're going to bring this crease over to the middle score line like that. This is folding in, and use your fingers if you have to. And you're going to bring this right up to that middle score line. And then you're going to burnish well because you're actually making a score line on the piece that's back here is what you're doing. Okay. Then we take this mountain and bring it into the middle as well. Like I said before, pause the video as often as you need to take notes. That is fine. Okay. And then we burnish that down well. So now it looks like this. Okay. Now we're going to take our piece like this, and we're going to turn it over. So you have this little flap in the middle. And take your piece and fold it in half. Okay. And right there, burnish really well. Like I said, a lot of people just use their finger, but I like to have the strong crease marks in there. Now we're going to open that up and turn it back over. Where your score line is here, you're going to take it, you're going to kind of grab it in your fingers like this. Okay, so it's up like this. And you're going to fold it up and over the other part, about 1/4 of an inch. And then, so you've got, it looks like this. Okay, like that. Okay. Now, this is going to be the skirt of the dress. Kind of put your hand on the corner of this little right piece, okay? And we're going to pull it over just to kind of open the skirt up some. Okay, like that. And then we're going to crease that good. And now hold the side of the left and get it as even to the right side as you can, so they're the same. Don't go too far. I mean, you can go a little further than this, but I wouldn't go like way far open. Okay, now it looks like this. We're going to turn it over. Okay, let me get a drink. Now comes the little bit harder part. Okay, you can still see your middle crease in here. We're going to take this corner of this little flap. You're going to put your finger on that middle crease and fold it down. Make a triangle right along that middle crease. Okay? Be sure you crease that really well. Then we're going to take the left side and do the same. Okay, and crease it. Okay. Now, you're going to unfold these a little bit, and you're going to open up this right here, so it looks like a little mouth. Okay. Here's the tricky part. You're going to take, with your fingers, you're going to take the corner, okay, and you're going to push that in along the score lines you just made, so it folds in like that. Okay. Again, let me see if I can do this up higher for the camera. While it's open, you take this corner and this finger in here, you fold it in on your score lines so it looks like that. And then, oops, sorry about that, guys. And then you're going to crease it really well. Like I said, it's right here by my elbow, so I'm sorry. And we're going to take this and fold it down. Okay. So now it looks like that. Okay. Now, we're going to take this inner corner here, this one right here, and we're going to fold this down so it's even with the really interesting fold we just made, like that. We're going to do it again on this side, right along, there you get that crease mark. Again, burnish that well. This is your collar of your dress. Okay. Now this is a little fiddly part, but it's not that difficult. I'm gonna turn it sideways. Okay, so I've got my collars up here. There's the bottom of my dress. I'm gonna grab this upper portion. Now I know the part of the skirt is here, but I'm gonna grab this and fold it in to the middle. Give it a good crease. And you see how this lifts up. It wants to go, it wants to bend. So we're going to let it. You're going to let it bend. Try to get it at the bottom as close of a point as you can. Mine always ends up like that with a little bit, but it's just folded over. And then you crease it well. And then you can also crease your side here. Turn it around, and we do the same thing. Just grab the upper rectangle. Kind of ignore this piece for right now. Fold it in. Give it a good crease. Now we're going to grab this and try to make it as even to the other side again as possible. And it's not easy, I will tell you that much. It's a little fiddly. So get that folded, because it's about the same amount. Maybe a little bit more here. It's good. Burnish down your lines. Now we've got this up here. Now we're going to make the sleeves, the little sleeves. We're going to take this corner of the flap, and you're going to fold it over this way. Just fold it over that way, going from the corner down. And that is your little sleeve. And then again, try to make them even on both sides, as even as you can. Okay, now grab it here, turn it over, and there's your dress. It's got a little skirt under here, see? Little sleeves. And you can decorate these up really, really cute. Okay, let's do this one again on another 8x8 piece, because it needs a lot of practice. Okay, again, our piece, the outside piece is up. Turn it over. We're going to fold the corners together. Fold it in half. And get a really good crease there in the middle. I try to make sure this one is nice and short because so many things get folded into it. We're going to open that up. And take the left side, fold that into the crease. And we're going to burnish that down really well. Turn it around. So it looks like this now. Now we're going to take this side, again, fold it in to meet with the left side. Burnish it down well. Okay. Now we're going to open this up. And we're going to flip it over. So our outside is now facing up. Just kind of reaffirm that middle score line there. Okay. Now this is the first little fiddly kind of part. Where you take, remember we take this mountain and bring it into this one. And you can use your fingers if you need to help curve it. But you bring that right to that score line. Because this part can be a little fiddly. So, okay, then we score that down. Then we're going to take this mountain on the right side. And again, using your finger to bend it, we're going to bring it in right to the middle. And again, give that a really good burnish. Okay. Now our piece looks like this, with that on the inside. We're going to turn it over. And you're going to grab kind of in the middle, and we're going to bend it in half. There we go. And we're going to burnish this down. Okay. Now we're going to open it, and we're going to turn it over again. You're going to grab your crease, and kind of with your finger, kind of pull this part in and bend it. And you're going to go up about 1/4 of an inch, around there. You don't have to measure, just kind of eyeball it, like by feel. You can kind of feel where it wants to bend to. Now to open our skirt up, which is down here a little bit, put your finger on the corner, and we're going to pull. Gently pull. And we're going to open up that skirt. I usually try to line this up with the corner or the side of my paper. Okay. Now, hold on in the middle again. Gently pull this side. And try to get it as even with the other side as you can. Just so it looks symmetrical. Okay, we're going to burnish that down. And then burnish that. So now we've got this. We're going to take it, fold it over. Now comes the really fiddly part, which it's not that hard. It's just kind of hard to get used to. Okay, once again, we're going to put our nail, sorry guys, right there on that middle score line. Take this little corner here and bend it down, even with the score line, to make a little triangle. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Bend it over and line them up to the middle. And again, burnish that well. And we open up these little triangles. And we open up this whole little section up here where the triangles are. Like this. So you're holding it like this, so it looks like a little mouth. With your fingers, pushing with like your pointer finger here and putting this one inside, you're going to push that in to where the score lines are. So it looks like that. So again, we try to hold this up and do it. You put a finger in here and one out here, and you fold that in on itself until it stops at the score lines and it looks like a little point. And burnish again really well. Then we're going to fold this down. Okay, that's the whole reason you do it, to get the bottom to look like the top. And then we're going to burnish that really, really well. Okay, so now your piece is looking like this. Okay. Now we are going to take this corner here on the inside, and we're going to fold it down and make a triangle that lines up at the top with the other one that we made, like that. This is your collar of your dress. Again, here's the score line. You want to fold it over and line it up. And guys, I'm sorry this video is a long one, but it's not something you can rush through. Okay, so now we've got our collar. And you turn it this way. And we grab this upper rectangle and you fold it over. Just fold it over even with this side here. Okay, now you've got your paper that's flopping up like this because it wants to bend. So we are going to let it. And you kind of try to get as close, well, I actually did it that time, as close to a point at the end as you can. So now you've got this really long, wonky triangle. It's going to look like that. Okay. Now we're going to do the same thing with the other side. Just grab that upper rectangle and fold it right over the edge of that piece. Go. And again, our paper is up, wanting to fold. So again, we're going to help it come as. And the hard part is if you crease one side, you have to crease the other, and it's not that easy. But there we go. Sometimes if you start at the bottom and crease it there and then like go upward, it works. So, okay, so now our dress looks like this. Now from up here, we're going to grab this little corner and we're going to make our sleeves, which we're just going to fold it down even with that corner and just fold it down. And then we're going to take this side. Again, you try to make it as even as you can. And fold it over, and there's your dress. And now you can also, to keep it in place, on the back side, on this little flap that we put down, glue that little triangle down. Where it's folded here, I put glue in the middle. Our two little flaps up here that made our collar, can glue those down. And then this side here that we folded in, glue it down. Just glue like any flap that's up, basically glue it down. A little sleeves, which I was in the wrong spot. Okay. And then our skirt corner here. There we go. Like I said, basically any flap that's up is what you want to put some glue on. So I've got this whole thing. Then I turn it over. And where the waist is, I usually put some glue in there just to kind of hold it down. And then there is your dress. Okay, let's try it on a smaller piece. Okay. You're outside down. Fold it in half. Crease it really, really well. Okay. Open. Fold one side into the middle. Fold the other side into the middle. Open it up. Turn it over. And again, kind of reaffirm that middle score. Then we're going to take our left mountain and bring that into the middle. Right up to that score line. Fold it over. Burnish. Then take that right mountain. And again, if you need to use your finger to get your paper to fold, that's fine. And bring that into the middle as well. Then we're going to take this piece and flip it over. And this bottom part folds up, so fold it in half. And again, get a really good crease. Open it up and turn it over. You grab your score line and with your fingers you fold up about 1/4 of an inch and burnish that really, really well. And again, this is your skirt. You want to open it up, so finger up at that corner and pull. Gently pull. You can rip your paper, believe me. I've done it more than once. Anyway, Then you do the other side, trying to keep it even. Okay. Then we take this part and we turn it over. Finger up again at the middle score line. I'm going to fold this little flap over and into the score line. We're going to do that again on the left side. Finger up at the corner and fold that down even. Okay. Now we're going to open that piece up. And this is where you're going to fold the sides in on the score lines. So fingers inside, fold it in until you're at your score lines and fold it. Whoop. See, I missed that time. There we go. Same thing in this one. Fold it down, right down to your score lines. Okay. Burnish that again. And then fold it down. Okay. And at this point, you can actually glue that down if you want to, right here. Just to make it easier. Fold that triangle down. Okay. Now we're going to take this inside corner and we're going to fold it over, making another triangle that is even to the one we just made and glued down and burnish. Remember, that's your collar. I know we keep saying it over and over again, but this is a repetitive thing. If you keep doing it a few times, it clicks. Okay. Now we can glue down our little collar pieces. We can actually also glue in the middle here where it's folded over at the waist. Just that part. Okay. Now we take the one rectangle and we fold it over. It doesn't matter which side. I know I've been doing the right side, but... And give that a good burnish. And then this piece folds down, Frankie, to a point. And like I said, if you want to do an exact point, it's easier to do it from the bottom up. And mine's not even exact, even though I did it that way. It's not a big deal. It's however you end up folding it. But it just has to be over. And I'm making a mess. But that's okay. Because you know what? Like I said before, it's only paper. Okay, then we're going to fold this side over. And do the same thing with our paper. And try to get that nice corner if you can. And again, it's another thing, and it takes practice, and I have not had enough practice with this yet, with this part. Trying to make the really sharp, nice point. Okay. Oh, I hope I'm in frame through all that. I'm sorry if I'm not, guys. But, okay, let's try that again. And just keep fiddling with it until you get it how you want it. Mine keeps wanting to go wonky. And it's really okay because nobody's going to see this anyway because it's the back. So who cares what it looks like. Alright, so we're folded over like that. Then we're going to come up here. We're going to grab one corner and fold it down to make a point there again to make our sleeves. And fold it over. Same side. Or, I mean, other side, sorry. Make it look the same. Then we can take our glue and glue this part down. Now, anything that's up, you can just glue it down so it stays down. And if you notice, as you get smaller, it gets a little more difficult. But it's just practice to get it right and to, you know. But who knew you'd be able to do a little bit of origami, huh? I surprised myself with it, let me tell you. Okay. Okay, and like I said, you can glue down the skirt just a little bit here, just to hold it in place. And on the other side, we can glue down the waist a bit. Okay. I know I just got glue on my paper. And mine went a little wide, as you can see. So it's all right. Not a big deal. I can actually probably fix it if I fold this again. There we go. That's the first time that's happened. And now fold that in. And we'll just glue those. Oh, I'm getting built up there. Just glue those down. No one will ever know. Unless they know how to make this. Then they'll know. Okay, now, if you want to make it into a... Now, you can make this into a clip. It'd be a little bit big, but you can make it into a clip. Or you can actually glue it like onto a journal page and have it be a tuck spot. But we're going to put a clip on it. So again, you're going to take just a piece of cardstock. And kind of guess the width here. Okay, now this one you're going to take your paper clip and put it right on the cardstock. Like that. Okay. And we are going to take Fabri-Tac again. You know, let me put the pin in this one because he's starting to get stopped up a bit. Okay. Take our Fabri-Tac again. Or whatever, really strong. You can also use tape for this, but it has to be a really, really strong tape. And we're going to go way over that paper clip and around the edges. Okay. And take it. We butt it up to here, right to where, right below the collar, so you don't see it. And then we glue this, hold it down and let it stick. And there you go, now your paper clip is attached. And I don't know if this will work. This is an adhesive eraser. It's the one, it kind of feels like the bottom of a boot. Like a sole of a boot. I actually think it might be like the tread part. But even on this thin paper, it's working. You just have to rub really lightly just to get your glue marks off. The ones at the waist I'm not going to worry about because I'm going to cover it up. And you can decorate it. And I'm going to take a little bit of this trim that I have had forever. So I'm going to wrap it around the back so it holds really well. Put it right about here. Again, because it's a material, I'm going to use Fabri-Tac again. I'm going to cross my waist. And that piece down. I'm going to take my ends and I'm going to put some more Fabri-Tac on the ends. And fold these little guys over. And if you want, I mean, if you have a flatter one, you can probably go like right under the, put it down before you put the card down, so it's like underneath it. So you can do that. You can put lace at the bottom, you can put lace at the collar, but there you go. There is your clip. And I hope I hope everyone took notes, because like I said, it's not an easy thing to do, and sorry to hit you guys again. But now we have our pocket. We have a clip. I always have problems with these. Okay, there we go. We have our clip. And then we have our pen holder. And this could also go in a purse. It helps to make it easy to find your pen. And there you go, your triple threat stocking stuffer. If anybody has any questions about any part of this video, let me know in the comments below. And that's what I have for you today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. Be sure to hit that notification bell so you know every time I upload a video. It will give you a drop-down menu where you can have like some videos or all. And you're going to want to hit all because, come on, it's really cool and fun to watch me. Anyway, and also please give this video a thumbs up because it really helps my channel grow. And I hope you guys have a good time with this. And, oh, I also made a Facebook group. It is Mrs. Izzy's Crafty Hangout. So if you make these, join the group there. And so I can see what you guys are making. Okay, see how you do. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.